2026, we expect the growth to be roughly 100 million packages a day. So we're going to have plans in place to make sure that there aren't packages laying out on people's front porches for hours or in some cases days if they're not home.
Many cities nationwide are seeing an explosive increase in package thefts. Denver, Colorado noticed a 68% increase in these thefts just from 2015 to 2018.
While Amazon offers up to $2,500 in product reimbursement, other companies do not provide this luxury to their customers.
USPS doesn't reward any reimbursement for mail theft. However, FedEx does compromise and pays the cost of a product up to a mere $100.
Trust us here at Pigeon Delivery.
First into the tank is Matt Carney and Jackson Mahoney. Matt is a highly motivated student that is ranked in the top quarter of his graduating class, has taken a total of 3 AP courses and 10 honors courses, and is president of the French Honor Society and secretary of the WHS Passport Club. Matt intends to major in computer science as well as continuing his soccer career at the collegiate level. Jackson is a high-achieving student athlete that has taken a total of 3 AP courses and 5 honors courses. He has been a 3-year starter for the high school varsity soccer team and looks to continue playing at the collegiate level. Jackson also takes time to tutor kids that are struggling either academically or behaviorally, and is also an intern for the algebra-based AP Physics 1 course.
Good evening, Sharks. My name is Matt, and I am one of the founders here at Pigeon Delivery. Today, what we are pitching to you is an invention that is going to completely revolutionize the modern application of our broken and outdated delivery system.
My name is Jackson. I am Matt's co-entrepreneurial partner. It is up to you, Sharks, to protect the mail of America by securing our $400 product development fund.
After everything that has happened in 2020, it has become increasingly clear that a new method of mail delivery is in very high demand.
If there was a product on the market that had a locking mechanism such as ours, it would fly off the shelves just due to the $9 billion that have been lost due to mail theft.
Our innovation at large looks to cut back on the amount of mail thefts that happen on a daily basis. And we can do this using BLE or Bluetooth Low Energy Component technology, which will connect with the mailbox. Once it's in the 10-meter proximity, it will unlock. But once it leaves this 10-meter proximity, it will lock up again.
As time goes on in this nation, people want things better, newer, and more exciting, and mailboxes are no different.
While this may seem like a heavy list of complex equipment, the truth is that we have articulated a short list which we can use for a shopping list and accommodate and fulfill our product idea.
Our locking mechanism requires 0.5 amps at 12 volts to be able to work, and our solar panel more than adequately does that.
Now, our mailbox wants to be able to encompass all sorts of mail, so we are incorporating small to medium-sized mail packages as well as regular-sized birthday letters and other letters.
A little shopping list we made includes things such as the locking mechanism for $95. We also have a 6x6 solar panel, which costs $3. And we also have a battery associated with the solar panel, which is used when the solar panel creates the energy, it stores it in that battery.
Now, in the case that you don't have your phone readily available or your phone is dead, this is why we've incorporated a 4-digit passcode that you can plug in simply and get easy access to your mailbox.
So like Matt said, we have that communicating BLE technology inside the mailbox. So when that connected device enters that 10-meter proximity, the mailbox will unlock. But once you leave that 10-meter proximity, it locks again.
As you can see, this product is well worth this $180 initial investment, as you well get your returns back.
So it is very cost effective, and it allows just homeowners to be able to breathe again in terms of, well, our mail is not going to get stolen anymore. And with your investment, we look to build a prototype, which then we look to pitch to different stores across the nation and hope they go on shelves.
So our prototype production will obviously start low at 1, but once we multiply and increase in magnitude, we can start lowering the amount of cost for our unit price. This will mean that we have more money for our net profit.
Our mail system is very outdated, and I think it's time we step away from that and enter the realm of like new technology and just better overall.
So the unit price is $84 once we get it down to scale costs. Our sale cost is $180, so this means we will make $96 in these profit returns on each sale.
We aim to simplify the way mailing works overall, and we look to revamp and make it look way nicer.
The domain of mailboxes has not been attained to by the influx of technology in the 21st century. We are looking to change that.
We look to basically just remodel the entire thing by adding new tech, making it basically 21st century.
Stop worrying about your scheduling for deliveries and carry on with us at Pigeon Delivery.
So are you familiar with the regulations surrounding what a mailbox has to be? Because the mailbox has to be approved by the post office.
Right, so the mailbox we're looking at is the U.S. Postal Service architectural mailbox, which is 13 inches wide, which is why I said that it would be able to incorporate small to medium-sized packages.
So this is for residential use?
Yep, and urban, yeah.
And how does the mail
Businesses.
carrier open it?
So that's kind of our biggest problem at the moment, but our thinking is that we can get our mail devices to communicate with our mailboxes, and if the lock is compatible, then we can get it to unlock within this proximity of 10 meters.
So have you figured out what the cost to the U.S. Postal Service will be to outfit their vehicles with, I'll call it the transceiver?
It wouldn't be a matter of updating the vehicles. It would just be a simple app through the phone. So when that phone enters that realm of 10 meters.
So the postal carrier's phone will be updated and will be able to unlock every mailbox in their route?
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to basically like almost supply these to U.S. mail to give out to people so that like they're carriers. So we're looking to just really have them buy our product. And like,
I certainly understand from the consumer's point of view, the resident, they have a unique code on their phone, on their app, to unlock it. But the postal carrier would have to have a universal code that would unlock any and all.
yes.
Okay, and is any thought to, given the rollout time for the Postal Service to implement the app, test it, approve it, and everything else, to start with a mailbox that just upon closing auto locks, and then the resident can unlock it to get their mail, and then their doing so leaves it unlocked until the next day when the postal carrier opens and closes the door of the mailbox, and then it auto locks again. Have you thought about that at all?
Yeah, that's actually a very good idea. We kind of played with that idea, but our initial idea was to kind of stick to this proximity idea that if we can associate specific Bluetooth low energy components with ones that are compatible, then we can create a sustainable system of mail delivery.
All right, go for it.
Okay, is this on?
No.
Is it working? Ooh, there it is. Oh, not supposed to push. Okay. So great pitch, guys. So my question is, are you picturing this to be a device located on the interior or exterior of the mailbox? And to follow up with that, if it is going to be solar powered, how does the design play into that accommodation as well?
So the design of it, the solar panel is going to be, it's going to almost be like blended into the top of the mailbox. It's going to be flush. It's going to be like, so it absorbs most of that sun. And we do plan on trying to basically like we were trying to make a prototype to see how this works because we still are working things out.
But to answer your question about like where the components to this idea goes, we are planning to keep it inside of the mailbox so that there's no danger for getting it wet, getting it snowy, getting it too cold, etc.
So I live in the North End, and there's a lot of buildings there. As a result, my mailbox is standard issue USPS. However, there isn't really anywhere that solar power would be able to power some sort of battery or mechanism that would be able to unlock that box. Have you considered any sort of alternate methods for powering the system?
Well, we haven't exactly gone away from the solar panel idea, because while it isn't a good idea for people living in cities and such, so that they're not going to be able to open their mailbox, but our idea was more of to incorporate it for people in like more space, so that we can create a more sustainable environment. But yeah, in the future, if we do get funded, we definitely look into transferring, because it wouldn't be that hard to use different types of energy.
I have one more question, if I may. The USPS pretty much almost went under this year, and is kind of known for being a very underfunded entity, which is hard to get change to pass in there. Have you considered the potential ramifications or obstacles that you would have on the USPS implementation side of things?
Yeah, we have thought about that. And, well, we aren't just looking at USPS. We're also just looking to maybe even implement this just not for retailers, but also just for homeowners. So if we sell it at, say, Walmart, they will be able to connect their own mailbox to their app, and it'll be private. They won't have that universal key, so they won't have to worry about other people unlocking it.
So have you, so there are similar things. For example, Amazon, the Amazon Key program, which was, an experiment that Amazon has put out,
Right.
where you can, allow them to open your door. I do not believe that that has been a particularly successful venture for Amazon, because the consumer's feeling is that if a package is lost, in the case of Amazon, it's really Amazon's problem, and it's not really solving their problem, it's solving Amazon's problem.
Right, so Amazon has paid a lot of money in reimbursements for lost mail, etc., stolen mail, and that's why we're looking at Amazon as another potential, not investor, but similar, to help with us and further our dream.
There already exists a Bluetooth device for mailboxes. It's a retrofit that notifies the resident anytime the door of the mailbox is opened or closed. It attaches to the door of the mailbox. So other than it not having the locking capability for the security, it does notify the resident anytime their mailbox is opened.
Well, so in places like New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, they have these really long and extensive driveways, and I looked at that product and it requires Wi-Fi. And so the problem with that is, say a house with a pretty long driveway, that Wi-Fi won't extend as far as that mailbox. So there is an issue with that. That may work better in, like, say, a city, but not in places like Vermont where the driveways are very long.
The reason I was asking was twofold. One was just to see if you were aware of it. And two is, are you at all concerned that you might be infringing on a patent they may already have for notification using Bluetooth or Wi-Fi for mailbox opening and closings?
So when we started the idea, we were initially concerned about another mailbox that's being made similar, but that was all deterred when we found out that it requires Wi-Fi, which ours does not require Wi-Fi.
Have you considered how much energy this takes? It seems to me that you should be able to do this without a lot of solar input.
Yes.
Yeah, you can answer that. Okay, Jackson said that he researched that we found 0.5 amps of energy at an hour of watt, or voltage.
12 volts.
12 volts, sorry.
Okay, you have a few issues with your units there, but go ahead.
I thought we did pretty well. It was nerve-wracking being up there in front of those people, and then the Q&A was tough. They asked you very in-depth questions, so I thought we did well, but I thought it was difficult.
I think we overall did well. I think our biggest issue was not having like a composed tone of voice, I would say.
Could have, sounded a little bit more composed during my script. I felt like I was definitely fast because the nerves were getting to me, but I definitely could have talked a lot slower than I did.
I think my biggest issue was just saying everything I like wanted to get across. I would say I got like 90% of what I wanted to get across, but like if I could have gotten like everything across, that would have been great.
I think your project is interesting. The biggest issue I see is the regulatory hurdles. But I thought you put together some interesting ideas. It's certainly a product that could be implemented, but you would have to work significantly on the regulatory hurdles. So that's my feedback to you guys.
I'd have to agree on that. I think that overall it sounds like a really cool project idea. Like just having like some kind of locking mechanism and then integrating that with solar power is a really like neat thing to try doing. And so I think that you guys picked like a solid capstone-esque type of a project to pitch.